sometimes there are certain debates on the Bible on exactly what something means. I'm not a Bible teacher, and I'm not a good teacher. Okay, I'm not a Bible teacher, but I know how to get a few things from the Bible, and in order to preach and minister to people and lay hands. So I tell people that the word of God is like a field or a farm. Okay, when the farmer, my father, who was a peasant farmer, went to the farm, my father never looked for gold from the farm. He just went and farmed, and on that farm, he got some peanut, some millet, some corn, and then we ate, and that was it. But later on some of those same lands, miners came and they found gold because they went deeper. So they found gold. Sometimes the word of God is like that. Those of us who are exhorters and catechists, when we take the Bible, we are just looking for some peanut here and there, just to help Christians grow and mature in the Lord. But then when the teachers also take it, they go very deep. So I allow others to go deep where they can go, and me to where I can stay. I'm at my level because, I have a son who is studying his master's in theology. He's called Archie. He's my biological son, and he's going deeper. This my son can really go deep. And one day we were arguing about something in the Bible. We're talking about the impeccability of Christ. He couldn't have sinned, or he could have sinned, but he didn't sin. And I'm like, son, the most important thing is that he didn't sin. This other thing about impeccability, you are just confusing me with a big word. So then we now went into Adamic nature. Did Jesus have an Adamic nature or not? That one too became argument. He argued with me until I was provoked. He was in Canada, I was in Bogatanga. I got angry, I cut off the phone. I told the mother, I said, warn your son. God used me to bring him into this world. And when I started preaching this word, he was not born. He should shut up and listen to his father. So between me and my son for about 1 week, nobody was calling each other. Then one day I was in the bathroom and the Lord told me, you are right. He's wrong. But I didn't tell him anything. Then we resumed normal conversation. And one day I reminded him, I said, that thing we're talking about. Do you still insist you are right? He said, no. He went to school and he asked one of his professors. And the professor said, my position was right. I told him, you should remember where you came from. I'm your papa. Stop arguing with the papa.